Happy December into this Friday Live with trivia to start. A Swedish vocabulary usage thing. I believe I may already have spoken once or twice about the joy of appended prepositions on the ends of verbs and how odd they are in every language. And they sound so normal in your own language and they make no sense in any other. In this case, it's a casual phrase I ran across, and the first word in it was a little bit puzzling, una, which taken by itself means sort of away. And it said, is looking at this, it's sort of a little slogan-y advertising phrase. And in English, it's sort of translating in my head with go away or away with you or, loosely scram. And I'm wondering what the hell, the rest of it doesn't make much sense in that context. And so I had to pull out the little electronic helper and to discover that una de, away you, literally, is a whole different thing. It means to treat yourself. Right? Oh, well, so una de, något fint. Treat yourself to something nice. Perfectly reasonable phrase, completely, useful. It's not really a preposition now that I think about it. It's an object pronoun, but still, I mean, it's like on, right? I know. It's like to look at something in English, to look at, right? To look, I look good, right? In Swedish, that's ser ut, to see out in English. Whereas in English, if I'm talking about actually gazing at something and directing my attention to it, then I'm looking at it. Perfectly reasonable sounding, right? Except in Spanish, mirar, the verb doesn't need one of those. It already has it in the verb. So mirar something means you're looking at it. And then in Swedish, it's på, on, titta på det, to look at that. To look, well, you can say look on in English, gaze upon, look upon, that look on this. Well, you see, it's kind of archaic sounding, a little weird, but that's what it is in Swedish. So we've got on, and we've got at, and we've got not for looking at something. Well, anyway, so una de något fint. Do treat yourself to something nice. You ought to. And that's a little bit of the interesting language stuff. Well, other things have to do with honesty online. I was struck by a comment in social media that somebody made to somebody about something, which completely escaped me, just people things that they post online. And somebody commented, said that what they had to say was too real for social media. Probably stated casually, or who knows, maybe it was a completely considered and self-critique remark that the person was making that meant something to the person they were commenting to. Perhaps they had discussed the concept before, or perhaps it was an off-the-cuff statement. Either way, think about that. Too honest for social media. Now, of course, that applies probably to everybody. And it got me thinking. Then my little head went a little further with it and realized that why do we do these things? What's going on here? And I realized something that's reminded me from way back in the dark ages when people talked about how everyone wanted to be on TV. Perhaps that's what we're all doing here. We're all getting to be on TV. And as such, therefore, here I am, my product. And that leads me to other friends, thinking about other friends, including one person who is coping with the near terminal conditions of his partner and a certain amount of the very honest stuff that he is, in fact, posting online, and not to just some little special group either, but, and as they used to say, in front of God and everybody. And in my considered opinion, in his case, in an extremely authentic way rather than a performance art way. So there's a whole spectrum there, I suppose. Where do I fall on it? And I have to say, not well. One can have a really crap day regarding one's work or one's kids or one's decisions in life or things like that. And sure enough, it's another time to pop on and give a cheery update. The case now? Well, no, not particularly. I mean, kids have been effort. Life decisions are good. And that's fine. Work actually has been a bitch this week. I'll give you that much. But the fact is, I still think that there is this odd artificiality. Now, do you want to actually, nobody's, I'm not paying you. It's not as though you want to hear the actual, authenticity. Who needs that? Good night. Well, conundra to consider. I'm thinking about it though. I'm thinking about busting out, maybe a little bit Friday Live of the untrammeled actual thing of me or us or here or now. Probably not going to make a lot of friends with any of it, but I'll limit myself each time. 30 seconds, 30-second, R-bomb, reality bomb in the midst of a friendly, truthful, non-lying, otherwise in terms of presentations, but palatable. 30 seconds otherwise, though. We'll see how that one goes. All right. Speaking of the reality, coming up on a telephone call regarding kid things, for which I must be available, and you don't need to hear my little ringtone go off and remind me to go do it, which is imminent. But that's about it for today. More pop culture next time, too. I've been doing some cool stuff with that. Take care.